right, so my name is Alex Castaneda.
And I'm Taylor Labriola.
So I noticed here, as for our basic viewers,
Right.
you added four new additions. You added these circuit ports and sight glass and the receiver.
Dryer. When these things go bad, what normally people would do, because they're inexpensive, they'll normally just junk them. They'll just throw them away. So, but now you can kind of troubleshoot it. You know, you can, if how can you troubleshoot something that doesn't have service ports? So now that you have the service ports, if it's going off on head pressure, you know, you could start to look at things. Why maybe the condenser coil is dirty, or you know, that kind of deal. And now we have a sight glass too, so that even furthers our ability to troubleshoot, because now we can actually see if we have a full column of liquid, because sometimes when you're short on refrigerant, it'll flash. You know, if you have a restriction at the dryer, it'll flash. So you can troubleshoot a little bit. And now that if you do have to make a repair, if you have to open the system and change something, replace a part, or if there's a leak and moisture gathered in the system, you can change the dryer as well. So little by little, it's just becoming more and more advanced.
Right. Are these screw-ons or you solder on?
Those are flares.
That's awesome.
So that's another part of this project that we're going to be able to get the guys familiar, you know, with a flaring block, because last week we just did brazing, you know, which was a good amount of work for them. But now this week they're going to be able to flare, braze. There's a couple of braze joints in this project. There's two, but they're also going to be able to flare, which is, you know, that's definitely a really good skill to have. And we have two different types of flaring blocks, so they'll be able to get familiar with two different styles.
And that's interesting, because I've literally not seen the flare job where you could, say for instance, if your compressor goes down,
right,
you always got to change the filter dryer.
Yeah,
so
it's normally sweat.
Yeah,
a lot of times it's sweat. Yeah, I'm definitely a bigger fan of flare dryers. You know, for the reasons like you just said, it's torchless repair. Like when we work in the field, a lot of times, well, if we have to change a liquid line dryer, we'll have to wait until after hours so we could use the torch.
Right.
Like a lot of buildings that we work for, you know, that's the way they work. So, but you know, if you got a flared dryer, you could do that. You could do that without even using a torch at all. The first thing you got to do is find the diameter of the pipe on the block. It says it, 1/4 inch. We're using 1/4 inch pipe today. So you put this in here and you stick it out about a nickel's depth. You got to make sure that that's tight, because this holds the pipe in place. Because right now I'm about to drive down a little cone shape, and it flares the copper.
Okay.
And if you listen closely, you'll hear this one little click when it's done. You heard it? Yeah. That little cone shape fits. You see how it's designed? That tapered top is, yeah, it makes a nice little connection. If you screw up a flare and you have to cut it off, a lot of the time people will cut them off like this, because you know that's kind of like the obvious way to do it, right?
Yeah.
But look how much pipe you're losing, because a lot of time, you know, we make precise measurements in this trade. We go by the 1/16 of an inch sometimes. So they put these two little grooves in the pipe cutter, and those are there to cut off flares.
Oh, okay.
You see that? Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. It's a good little trick.
So don't be afraid of moving things.
Yeah, don't be afraid to move things, but also don't move it like you're gonna
to the
bend
point,
and
yeah.
crack it. You know what I mean? You're probably good there, and you can try to work it on to there. Might be tricky, but so you're gonna be good here. Yeah, I should be fine. Nice. I like how you guys set up, man. I like that. That's good. Good job. It's gonna get hot real quick. It's probably hot enough already. Get the flame more on the, yep, right there. Good job. I think you're good. So I'm trying to just work this thing on there a little bit. Yeah, there we go. You see it moving? You see the arrow? That's flow, directional flow. Right, yeah, so it always points towards the evaporator, or the expansion valve, right? Okay, so you guys, I would leave it loose for now. You're going to bend this back. You got to bend things carefully, especially when they're still hot. You don't want anything to kink.
This goes between the
Condenser
to the evaporator?
towards the evaporator. Yeah. They always ask because
Where's the medium
right here, capillary. We have times technicians put the filter dryer backwards.
So this is going to go here. That's going to go there, right? And then on this side, you're going to have the sight glass, and then the sight glass Right. When I do a flare, I squeeze them like this. Do the squeeze, and then you reposition, and you do the squeeze again until you can't squeeze it no more. Oh, look at that little leak. That's a little tiny leak. They call that snow capping. That's
Could that be because of snow flappage or no?
because of the flare.
Yeah, be flat.
No, it just needs to be tightened most likely. It could be if you don't get it to stop. But look over here. This is the scale. He's literally scaling the charging. It goes by weight when you're charging. Yeah, that's where you charge from. When the unit is running, you charge from the low side. When the unit's off, you charge from the high side. What's that noise?
What's going on? How you doing today, bro? You have to use your scale. What's the scale you have?
Where's the bubbles?
Oh, we're gonna do it different way, right? You say you're gonna do it pressures?
Well, we got a leak right now. I hear a leak. Yep. How was your guys look? Oh, your guys are a little bit kinked though. It's okay though. Hopefully it's okay. 10.8. That's okay. Why the hell is the back pressure so low? It's coming up though. That's low back pressure. Yes, let's see how the sight glass is doing. Sight glass is flashing. Look at the sight glass.
Oh, yeah.
So we're probably going to need some more gas. It'll be solid column of liquid, right? It's blowing out real cold.
I feel it.
49. It's kicking in. It's 47. We have two little superheat. I don't think we're going to get the best reading because this is not, you know, I mean, this is not that good of a machine like that.
Want me to take this one off?
It's a team life.
A true underdog story.
Yes, sir.
So last time we put our tees on. Today we put our sight glass and filter dryer. We got the opportunity to do a little brazing, a little flaring. In this industry, guys, I don't care about licenses, I don't care about certifications, I don't care about your resume. It's all about your skills. And in this industry, you have to understand how to use tools. And the problem that we have is we don't have enough opportunity to use the tools and use the tools in an application where you can see a result. So we took a machine that was not designed for any of this and we put 4 separate components on it already, and we have a result. This machine is actually working better than when we bought it. So I don't know what that actually says. And those of you guys who work with this stuff, I'm pretty sure you've seen bigger units and you've seen giant filter dryers and all this stuff, but to see it all in like this little condensed space where we can, it's the same exact stuff. So yeah, every week, guys, we're gonna be, as long as we can get the parts and make it work, we're gonna be doing crazy stuff. So we're gonna do just a lot of cool stuff, guys. So any ideas, you guys? Again, you don't know enough to have an idea yet, but those of you who do, like, yeah, you know, I read this in a book somewhere and I would like to see what it looks like.
That's all we did.
Yeah, look at it in a book, right? So no more book stuff around here, guys. We're making this stuff real.